to heaven. Today we're gonna make this Chinese classic noodle sauce with soybean paste. This dish is originally from northern China, but it's spreading all over the Asia now. And everybody has its own twist of this recipe. What we're gonna make though is my recipe with the Michelin star quality pepper. Today what we're gonna need is the sweet soybean paste, tomatoes, bean curd, edamame beans, and ground pork. Let's start with bean curd. We're gonna cut it in half. And see this fat side that can just stand on the chopping board. We can slice them into 3 pieces. 1 and 2. And then you stack them together. Another 2 cuts. 1 and 2. For this recipe, we don't need the bean curd to be too super small. Plus, you need that chunk to have a taste of the texture. Most recipes, you don't see tomatoes in this recipe. So this tomato will actually lighten up the dish a lot to a point when you don't get tired of it. And normally, the darker the color is, heavier the taste is. But this is not a tomato-based sauce, so we don't want the seed and the juice. So we're gonna take the seed and the juice out. We only want the meat and the skin. Okay, now we remove the seeds and the juice. We're gonna start chopping it small. We want it to be a secret. We don't want everyone to look at the sauce and know you have tomatoes in there. If you want to, you can add a little garlic in this sauce, but you don't have to. Now we're ready to make the sauce. First thing, we have to mix the 2 soybean paste. The bean paste, soybean paste, well in a bowl. Give it a good stir. Now we're ready to rock and roll. A wok is the best thing to saute anything. Now heat up the wok, put in the oil. You don't want to wait until the oil is too hot. You want to make sure the oil is warm and then you can start putting the sauce and we're gonna fry the sauce. Next pebble is very important. Remember to wear your cute apron because this does splash. Now I think this is perfect for me to put the sauce in, the soybean paste. Keep this bowl handy because we're gonna take this out soon. Turn the heat low so you don't burn the sauce. We do this just to bring this jarred soybean paste back to life, to give it more fragrance, to bring out the fragrance that's already buried in there. Now that the sauce is bubbling, we're gonna take it out. Turn the heat off, put it back to the bowl where you put them. Turn the heat low. We're gonna add in the garlic if you want them. Keep the heat low though, because you still have a little paste in there. If you keep the heat too high, you're gonna burn them and it's gonna taste bitter. And now we're gonna put in the ground pork. Now you can turn the heat up. And you just wanna break them in the wok. You wanna make sure you break them apart really well because when you're eating this noodle, you don't wanna have like meatball. All the porks change color and breaking apart. I'm gonna add in the sauce that we fried earlier. And just stir them really well, mix them well. Now we're putting the tomatoes. Just quickly stir and saute it. And then we're gonna put in the edamame beans. Look at how this edamame beans are already adding color and life to the sauce. The green and the beautiful brown, oh, just looks yummy already. Now we're gonna do the bean curd. Once you put this in, you do not wanna stir aggressively, you just kind of flip, okay? We don't wanna break it. Now we're done with the major part of the sauce. We just need to add in a little water to kind of thin it out a little bit. But don't add too much because this is not a soup, this is a sauce. After you add in the water, try the taste. Always Always try before you finish. This is like perfect. I don't even need to add anything in there. You want this sauce to be a little bit saltier because it's gonna get on the plain white noodles, which has no taste. So it will balance it out. Now we just let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Now the sauce is ready. We're gonna put it into a bowl. So we're ready for our final setup. One more ingredient for topping is this so-called egg noodles. We're gonna break an egg, scramble the egg, season with tiny little salt, scramble again. We're ready to make the egg skin. Turn up the heat, add in some oil. Because this egg skin is gonna be very thin, I wanna make sure, even though this is non-stick pan, I still wanna make sure the oil is evenly on the surface, so I will brush it. When the pan is warm, you put the egg in, and then you quickly roll it. And now you cover it, because when an egg is so thin, you don't wanna flip it, so you cover it, let the steam cook the top of the egg, and let it cook for about 30 seconds. Now turn the heat off. And you can see the top is all cooked. You just want to carefully peel the side off. Now we're just gonna take a peek underneath to see if it's got some burnt color, because I don't want it to be pale yellow. I want it to have some like darker brown and yellow. And look, this is just perfect. Now we're just gonna take it out like that. Open it up. Cut it in half and put them on top of each other. Cut that in half again. Put them on top of each other. Now we're gonna cut this noodle, which is cutting them into thin strips. Look at these beautiful egg noodles. The sauce is as perfect as it is, so you can eat the noodle just with the sauce. At Jaja's Queendom, you never eat it as just it is. So I want to show you how do we eat this classic Chinese noodle sauce. We're gonna have 3 more toppings. The first one is bean sprout. The second one is cucumber. We're gonna cut the head and the tail off. After you slice them, you just thinly cut them into this shredded cucumber. See? These cucumbers, shredded cucumbers, there's no juice on the cutting board. All the juice still stay inside these cucumbers. All these nutrients all stay in there. This is why I do the hard work. Now everything is ready. All you need to do is make yourself a bowl of noodle and you start assembling it and eat it. Now we boil a good pot of water. You can buy these in Asian markets, those dry noodles, or if you don't have these, you can even use spaghetti. It will taste good too. You're just gonna put it in to the boiling water, sprinkle a little bit of salt, and cook it. First 3 to 5 minutes, you're good. It's been 5 to 6 minutes, so I'm gonna try it and see if it's ready. I think it's ready. Look at this. Now we're ready to assemble everything and dig in. First, we're gonna put in this yummy sauce that we made. In Jaja's Queendom, we're not gonna settle with Michelin star. We're gonna do it the Guifu style. First, the bean sprout. Then this beautiful egg noodle that we made. The last one is this cucumber. Look at this bowl. It's so beautiful and packed with flavor. Why settle when you can have it perfect, right? Let's try it. This cucumber gives it this extra crunchy texture and this light, like summer taste. And the bean sprout is just a perfect complement for this heavy tasted sauce. This is so good. You need to give it a try. You're gonna love it. Let's do this at Jaja's Queendom, the Guifu style. If you like this video or me, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and most important thing is to share the love. Also, you can check out my website at chachasqueendom.com.